Where exactly were we last? Where exactly were we last time? Where did we leave off?
I don't even remember what we were talking about.
We were having like an educated debate on like civil politics and rights.
There's no way we were that intelligent with it. I just don't even believe that.
No, I think we were just honestly, talking about plans for it and discussing, things that we were excited and looking forward to starting.
Well, it's been 2 weeks, so at the very least, lots to discuss in between.
Yeah.
Fallout show.
Yeah, for sure.
I had a very rude customer.
I'm ready to nerd right out about the Fallout series,
yeah,
honestly.
Yeah.
We could do a whole episode just on Fallout, and I would be happy with that.
Yeah, you could definitely talk about the Fallout series. I'm more than down to discuss that. I was very pleased with the outcome of it. Honestly, I did not expect it to be as like just good of a show as it was. I don't know. Most of the time when those sort of things happen, I'm like not very confident in the product that's being created. So this time I was quite happy.
Me neither. Honestly, every time like a video game has a media adaptation, I don't look forward to it whatsoever.
No.
Even the new Halo series, like I started it and it's good. And by no means is it bad, but like I haven't found it in me to finish it.
No, it's not as gripping, I guess.
No, exactly, yeah.
No, I haven't like almost any of those things. Like even the Last of Us TV show and stuff like that. I wasn't really gripped by that at all.
No.
But like this is something that I held pretty dear. Like it's a series that I've played since I was like a kid and always really loved. So I was like, okay, this can go one of two ways, and I was pretty protective over it at first. But that's probably also why I love it so much now, is because they didn't fuck anything up. Like they just kind of delivered on every front that the fans wanted.
Yeah, no,
it was a love letter.
Honestly, perfect. Like from the amount of Easter eggs that they have in it to actual just like direct like references to video games.
Yeah,
I was like even the sound of like her Pip-Boy makes when she puts it on.
Or swaps between tabs.
Yeah, exactly. Like
or the rad meter.
Exactly, it's just perfect.
Sound design 10 out of 10. Yeah, visual design 10 out of 10. And the story itself is really solid. Like they did a good job. It's like I didn't feel like it was hard to watch or like painful to sit through at all. And like honestly, the only thing that I started to like worry about was that they were gonna force a romance or something, and they really didn't. They really were reserved with that. Like they had like very light romance pieces. It was good. They didn't steer in a whole direction with it and make it like a central point, which is something I don't really care for, and I know most people probably wouldn't care for too much.
No, well, actually, like speaking on that, I liked how that they didn't force it, because like, spoiler, there is a romantic piece to it, but like,
I guess spoilers for the whole Fallout TV show series. Watch. Before you listen to this, most definitely watch the Fallout TV series, and if you're not going to, then we're going to spoil it for you.
It doesn't matter, we're spoiling it.
Yeah, I probably already did a little bit there. But it's gonna get far worse.
So there is a romantic edge to it, and like they don't force it.
2 main character deaths.
Yes, because because she's so like, I was basically raised to be a breeder, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like she was raised in a super nuclear family ideal.
Yeah, and he's just like never had sex. When they end up in that one vault underground. Because
it's something, isn't that something kind of about the Brotherhood? Is that it's not, there's no like relationships or anything?
Yeah, well that's what he said. He's like, I can't remember exactly what he said. He's like, I'm a paladin.
I'm a squire.
I'm a squire. He's like, I gotta blah 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 blah. And then he's just like,
my dick will explode. My cock will explode.
Yeah, he starts
it's a rare condition.
Oysters or something like that. And he's like, you want to make my cock explode?
Yeah, I'm ready for you to make my cock explode. Man.
So anyways, like they didn't force it. Like they didn't make up this fake relationship that we had to get all invested into and stuff like that.
Appreciated that a lot.
I'm sure we'll be seeing something like that in the New Vegas side of things.
Well, the way I guess that's also a spoiler too. Yeah, it's gonna be massive spoilers. So definitely don't listen to this if you care, because it's gonna no more holds barred. No. But I also feel like because of the way they set up the ending. Again, this is the ending, so this is fucking spoilers. If you're seriously listening to this, still, you're definitely silly. Don't listen to this if you don't want to get spoiled. But because of the way they set up like Maximus to be basically like the right hand of the Brotherhood now, because he's going to be like the dude's right hand man, essentially like the main father, whatever the fuck. Yeah. And they kind of set up Lucy to follow with the ghoul, who's clearly like not for the Brotherhood or anything like that. So I don't see how they'll like really have like a long-winded like every episode has relationship qualities, which is good. I don't want that. Yeah. So I'm glad. Like there will still be like that will they a light will they won't they, but it's like, you know, across in towers across a gigantic gully. Like they're far apart. So, you know, the will they won't they is very minimal. Exactly. So and I appreciate that because it kind of keeps it interesting, and it won't just be like a, I don't know, like they, rather than just making it like a companion relationship from the Fallout games, they've got it so it's almost like just two branching paths for like a main character to pick. It's like siding with one versus the other. Exactly. Stuff like that. It's like, okay, that's very cool. And like the way they did that throughout the entire show being like a representation of like the experience of playing a Fallout game. Yeah. That was fucking awesome.
It's very much so like that. I wanted to say. Like you get the feeling that you're immersed in a video game as you're playing it, or sorry, as you're watching it, and I think that's cool because people who didn't necessarily play the games then kind of get the idea of like, oh, okay, I would be okay showing this to somebody who hasn't played it before. You know what I mean? Like my mom or something. Like
my
that.
dad's watching it. That's what I mean. Steve's on it right now.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, Steve's on it and he fucking loves it. Like he was telling me, I think he's on like episode 3 or 4 now.
Right.
And he likes it thus far because he knows Walton Goggins. He likes Walton Goggins from Justified, which is a show he put me on to, which is another really good like Western-esque.
That too, man. Honestly, like the cast, I don't know. You'll have to forgive me because I don't know a lot of like actors' names.
I don't know pretty much anyone else. I just know Goggies.
Well, so the younger brother is from the Hannah Montana series.
Yeah,
he was Enrico or whatever,
yeah. He was.
Yeah,
I recognized him right away. Norman.
Yes.
Yeah, Norman. I recognized Norman right off too.
And
I was like, nice. And the dad is from the Haunting of Hill House, I think, or something like that. He plays the father of the Haunting of Hill House or some shit.
Okay.
He's the same, and it's the same dad as the Vault dad. I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me. Well, you keep talking. Let me Google it.
The Vault guy that has one eye is actually the father. Like in real life, he's like the father of the main character. Like the actors.
In real life.
Yeah. Like I forget her name. Anyways. Yeah, there's a bunch of shit. I'm really bad with actors' names, so maybe that's like a one to skip. But I was really impressed with this series, to be honest with you. Like, even like some of the things that you see, like they don't necessarily show you a VATS sequence.
Yeah, Henry Thomas. Henry Thomas.
Yeah, exactly.
His name. Yeah, Henry Thomas. He's in the Haunting of Hill House. Right. He's the main dad of the younger version of whatever, Hank Hill or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's King of the Hill, but whatever.
So they don't necessarily show you a VATS sequence, but there is a scene.
The slow-mo shots following the bullets.
Yeah, exactly. Where they start following the bullets and all that kind of stuff. So
I appreciated that scene too because it cleared up something for me that was confusing for a second visually, was the explosions on shot. At first I was like, are they going to make like every shot like very extreme with gore to signify the game? But then they did the slow-mo and you realize it's a mini nuke bullet.
Yeah, exactly.
That's this boom on the back. And I was like, oh, it's explosive rounds. Yeah, explosive rounds. I was like, okay, that's cool. And I also really like this gun where it was like a single, it looked like a crack shotgun, but it's actually a revolver shooting like 8 round of nukes. So I was like, okay, that's cool.
That too. I'm very excited to see like how they implement all the weapons from the video game because we've already seen things like the junk jet.
Yeah, on the wall. Yeah, and it's the exact cost of it in the Fallout 4, which is cool. 235 caps or whatever, 45, 95.
And even like when she cuts Buddy's head off, the doctor's head.
The Ripper?
I'm sure that's the Ripper.
It is. It's like a more modern, foldable, like Vault-Tec version.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess, I think in universe, like the Ripper is kind of like a Tinker contraption, right? Like it's a machete that they've built and fastened a chainsaw's mechanism to.
Exactly.
But that would be like if a professional company designed one.
It's more of a utility thing. It's not really a weapon.
Exactly. That's like a company. Maybe like a firefighter has that on his hip to cut through something to get into a building or whatever. Exactly. And then now that they just got it, and they're like, yeah, this is head sawing technique. I thought that was really great. And like the amount of references was great. One that I spotted as soon as I heard it was at the very end when the dad gives his code. The code was 1097, and I was like, I guarantee you that's the day that the first Fallout game was released October 10th, 1997, and I looked it up, and it is.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah, there you go. It's the first, the top-down one. I was like, that's awesome.
All sorts of Easter eggs, like just crazy references.
Yeah,
in there.
they riddled it, and they made the whole thing. Like, I guess the thing that made me the most impressed was just the way they made it feel like it was like equivalent to watching a playthrough of a Fallout game.
Yeah.
It was almost like watching someone else play Fallout for 8 hours, and it was like, okay, yeah, that's really cool. Like, I liked at the start how it was basically like the special picking your perks and stuff when she's like, I'm good at this, I'm good at combat, I'm not very good with guns, but I'd like to get better.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like there you go. Like she's basically picking her perks and setting her special stats at different things. She's got high this, low that.
Yeah.
It's like that's really cool. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I was like, that's awesome. I definitely can appreciate the little attention to detail and like the feel of that. Like whether or not it was intentional, it probably was.
It definitely was. I think they did very well though too. I see. I definitely understand.
It blends with just like watching something very well because it's like my dad definitely didn't see that and think this feels like a video game. I don't like that. Yeah. He was just like, no, this feels like a show. This is a good way to make me understand the character. It's like, yeah, but it's also as if you were the character picking your stats, Dad. It's really cool.
I don't know if you know, they have already they said they're good for season 2. Awesome. They're waiting to be greenlit from Amazon, so
which is just bound to happen.
Yeah, well, they've been greenlighting everything, so I don't see them. I mean, after the release of Fallout, it's been all over everything. So I don't. I have seen
nothing but Fallout.
I don't see them greenlight everything, and then Fallout do as good as it did, and then be like, nah, we're not doing.
Well, like think of Halo having the amount of seasons it does.
Yeah,
it'd be pretty shocking.
They already had their second season, so
yeah, and it's not even that. Is like critically acclaimed as Fallout.
I haven't been able to finish the first, so that's enough.
Well, name like one post you've seen about the Fallout series on your timeline. Like you probably haven't, honestly.
No,
it's like not really something people are discussing. But in terms of the Fallout series, I saw a ton of discussion after it came out, and there still is a decent amount of discussion about it a week later, which is really awesome. I'm very, very, very happy about that, and like the excitement for New Vegas in season 2 and all the promises it makes. It's like. I'm definitely excited to see why the dad went to New Vegas because I guess this is where we get into theory territory based on the ending. I do too. I think canonically Mr. House is alive.
Okay.
So I think he's going to Mr. House because he was one of the people who sat in that Vault Tech meeting.
Yes.
And I think they probably were like, if shit goes down here, our failsafe is to go to Robco or whatever. I think he owned Robco, right? Robco robots and everything because he was really good with robots. Yeah. So I think the plan would be to go to him and then, I don't know, use his power of the Hoover Dam if he won canonically. I don't know. I think there will be a lot of answers toward what was the true ending as well of Fallout New Vegas, which is my favorite Fallout game. So it's really nice to all the excitement I get in my stomach for okay, real answers and just more Fallout New Vegas. Like fucking 14 years later.
Seriously.
It's like, I didn't expect that. Did not expect that. I definitely didn't think they were going to even I thought it would just be little Easter eggs. I didn't think they were going to just fully tie it into Fallout New Vegas, into bringing us there. And the back out through the strip in that last, right as they're running credits, I was like, as I was watching it back out, I was like, I'm pretty sure this is the strip. Yeah. And then it started going up and I was like, there's the Lucky 38. This is literally the strip. We just went through the strip. So it's not going to have the barricades it had during whatever year it was New Vegas took place. A United Strip or whatever.
No, that's the thing. You'll see that. Personally, from what I saw, it looked like New Vegas has already had its fall. Mm-hmm. So I'd imagine...
It did look very quiet and rubble-esque.
Obviously, though, I don't think that the father would go there for no reason. So like you, I agree, and I think Mr. House is alive. I think it's just his data, though. Just him as a computer.
Yeah. Well, I think... Didn't he say he could live basically indefinitely as the little husk? As long as he stays in his pod?
Honestly, I have no idea. I'm not sure.
I thought if you go the route of killing the house, that's what I did the last time I played it, which was 6-7 months ago.
Yeah, I can't remember. That's the thing. I haven't played it. I'm
pretty sure he can live almost indefinitely. Okay. Because he's been alive for 300 and something years. Yeah. Just he's like a fucking husk. No, he lives through his computers and programming. Yeah, exactly. So I think he might still be alive, but he'll be in chocolate mode. Yeah, he'll definitely be in whatever her name's grandma is. Yeah. But I think he'll be alive, right? And just as far as anyone knows, fully healthy because no one knows he's a little cockroach. Exactly. It's only the character, the playable character in New Vegas. Spoilers for New Vegas too. It's been out for 14
Yeah.
years. You don't get a warning for that one.
No.
That one's, they got no excuses there.
No, honestly, if anybody hasn't played New Vegas, they deserve it. Like,
To be
they
spoiled.
deserve the
You should just know.
yeah.
You might as well just watch like a breakdown of the
You
storyline.
should, honestly,
So you
I
at
don't
least know.
think people need to be force-fed information as a society, but you should be force-fed
Vegas.
New Vegas.
You follow New Vegas. If you play video games, you really
Like,
should
we
be
did in the
force fed
Cold
that.
War, like, we should be strapping people to, like,
Yeah.
chairs and making them...
Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
flick ups and just
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
I don't want to. He's crying. I keep watching video games. You fuck. I was like, I don't like video games.
I don't like it. Stop.
I don't even. I play sports. That's rough, dude. That's fucking rough, buddy. That's gonna be me to my children.
Are you supposed to be a scholar?
I just spent all my years avoiding video games. Now I'm Amish. I'm going to hell now. I'm going to hell now. I'm going to Amish hell. What have you done to me? Yeah, Amish hell. I don't know what Amish hell
is
is.
just gonna be like our heaven, right? They just are fucking. They get all the
Amish hell.
electronics and shit.
Well, what do they hate? They hate electronics. So yeah, they would. Amish hell is just like you have to sit and you have to watch TV all the time, and like have a robot serve you stuff.
Yeah.
It's just,
Amish
God
hell
damn it.
is like being on like the
You cannot
spaceship
work. You cannot
from fucking
plow.
Wall-E.
Yeah,
That's Amish
exactly.
hell.
And you're not allowed to like work a plow.
Yeah.
He's like, God fucking damn it! My whole life I've been a plower.
Savage.
I've been a plower my whole life. I can't work the field. What do you mean?
I want to wipe me own ass.
Yeah.
No.
No, bend over.
No.
No! Satan's wiping your ass for it, you buddy. And Satan takes a great deal of pleasure out of it because he knows how much he hates it. That's just how Satan goes with things. He doesn't really care what it is as long as you don't like it.
Isn't that the first episode of the new Smiling Friends season? His buddies in hell or something?
No, that's like one of the, I think that's like the second last episode of the first season.
Okay.
Yeah. No, the new season's the one with it's the alcoholic like ex video game character, Gwimbly.
Oh, okay.
In the new season. Yeah.
I don't think I watched the new episode. Maybe.
Oh, you gotta watch. I think there's a couple out now. I haven't watched any since the first. I think there should be at least 2, if not 3, out now. And maybe like a fourth tomorrow night. So it's Sunday nights at midnight.
I'll have to catch up on that.
Yeah, me too. I'll have to watch that after because I honestly don't know. I think they were gonna do every weeknight, every Sunday weekly. What the fuck, weeknight? No.
It's unfortunate though. I'm supposed to be working this week. Like things are supposed to. The ball's supposed to be rolling now.
Guys finally hitting you up.
Yeah.
Answering. God damn them.
It's all weather permitting, of course.
Oh yes. As long as it doesn't sleet, rain, wind, or storm.
So like fucking beer league football or baseball. Yeah, if it doesn't rain, I'll see you guys.
I'll see you guys next week.
See you guys there just before noon. Have a couple brews.
I don't know if you do baseball guys have brews while they rip a game of ball.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
They rip a ball.
Dude, there's no way fucking fathers are getting together on like fucking weekdays to play softball and shit, and they're not drinking. You know
Oh no, yeah,
I mean?
actually, yeah, fair point.
Like,
Fair point. I was thinking of more like upright, like like guys who like take baseball very seriously but aren't professional.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
They're like they would be offended at the notion of drinking and playing their sport.
Like
They'd be like, "How fucking dare you? That's Sully's baseball's name."
The guys who like threw out their wrist in high school, and now they're just like, yeah, well, I almost went pro.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Oh, I knew that guy. Played on his team."
Yeah.
He's like watching it with his girlfriend.
Like Patrick Mahomes, I was on his team in high school.
He'd be like, "The guy's a douche."
Yeah.
The guy's a douche.
He's like,
That's my boy.
I actually outthrew him. Struck him out twice.
He'd be like, "That's my boy. That's my boy. I haven't seen him in like 7 years though.
We go way back.
Like really far back, like high school baseball team." And he didn't talk to me, but it's all good. But we were cool.
Yeah.
We're close. And it was, I basically, me and him were gonna like go up together, but I chose like to work at my dad's mattress store. So
Yeah, I chose
to be there for
to work at the mattress store.
it was definitely like my calling. I don't know. It was definitely like
It's like,
Would have sucked if my dad had to sell it.
Yeah, exactly. It just wouldn't have been right. I couldn't let the family die.
Because it's not like his grandpa owned it, but he bought it like 4 years ago, so I didn't want him to lose it, and he didn't want it. But like, I don't know, for most of my like adult life, he owned it, so that meant a lot to me because he worked there for a while.
So depressing.
Cool.
The world is so sad now. Like even the people who are like have positive stories, like
They got something going
makes
on.
me want to like. I mean, a lot of people make me want to cry for them.
When people say like you don't know people's shit, everyone's got something terrible going on. It's like I like to pretend that it's just me, so that we can talk about like a happy world, guys.
Yeah.
You mean everybody's got shit going on? I hope not. Good God, no. There's definitely some people who are perfectly fine. Just like there's no such thing as a near-death experience.
No, dude, the people who act like they're good are like the people who got it the worst, bro. The people who are like especially I hate to say it, but like especially the people who are like celebrity or some of those people, like
Celebrities got it the hardest.
I'm sure a lot of those people want to kill themselves so bad.
Oh yeah, there's a couple of them out there.
And stuff, but like
some of them rip it. Some of them rip one. They're like, you know what? I'm ripping it.
Just think
Letting it
some
rip.
of them like streamers.
I think we got. I don't think we say kill ourselves, can we? Can we say kill ourselves? I don't think you can.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
If something happens, I can't. Yeah, listen.
Unalive yourself.
Unalive yourself. Everybody deserves a second chance. So
everyone try once.
Yeah. No, don't do that.
I didn't say what to try. Try eating bum. No, don't do that. That's something no one talks about anymore. Eating ass used to be like a big thing. I remember that. There's a lot of people talk about like, ooh, I eat ass. Do you eat ass? Like, eat ass, smoke grass, live fast.
No, now people...
No one talks about eat ass.
That was like the beginning of the brain rot era. Now people just say yacht. And
oh yeah, I guess it's like and like what else? There's gotta be something that has taken place of like ass eating in terms of like the sexual conversation. Oh, I guess it's like edging now. Edging is the new eating ass, dude. Holy shit.
I said Tuesday, and you said...
Tuesday, brother. I'm edging, brother. I'm edging, brother. I heard
the transition was...
Well, I was thinking about it. I remembered. But, like, edging is the new eat ass.
It really is.
Because people talk about edging the same way they used to talk about eating ass.
Yeah, sometimes you text me, and I'm like, oh,
what are you doing? Eating ass? Yeah, eating ass, bro. I was eating my dog's ass, dude. Well, I'm edging with my dog, bro.
Oh, that's actually another spoiler alert in the Fallout series. That was probably one of my like top 5 moments in the entire series. Is when Maximus gets in the suit for the first time, right?
Yeah.
And he's fucking around. He's going crazy with it, and he like has like this power trip. And there's 2 people having an altercation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he grabs Buddy by the skull, and then like he separates the 2 of them. And they say something, and he's just like, "Why? What did he do?" And he's like, "Well, he was fucking my chickens."
He's like, "I'm sorry." He's like, "I'm sorry, man. He was fucking my chickens."
Yeah.
It's the salesman too. I think that's the snake oil salesman from later.
Guy,
yeah, who sells the fucking ghoul potion.
Oh my god, really?
So good.
I couldn't stop laughing, and that's why I think like this, particularly Fallout, is gonna have such a successful series run, is because you get to do like you have such a open.
Well, it's so free, right?
Well, you have like an open spectrum of like sci-fi, fantasy kind of. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say fantasy, but sci-fi to work with.
Yeah, very sci-fi. Yeah, and light fantasy elements.
Yeah, because you can have like a bunch of comedies.
And the mutants and monsters.
Yeah, you got comedy in there, so you can make it all.
It could be scary too. Like they had a couple episodes in there that were like solid amounts of like creepy and like. I was like, damn, they can really slow it down as much as they can make it fast and action or slow and fun and goofy.
Yeah, well, when they went into the hospital, I was really kind of hoping that it would be like a ghoul-infested thing.
Feral ghoul shit, yeah.
And people said that the opening scene where you see the hand in the Enclave lab, people are saying that was a super mutant hand. Personally.
Yeah, I saw a video about that.
Personally, I disagree. I think it was one of the Zeta... I think
Zaytans?
The Zeta aliens or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like in Mothership Zeta. They're the aliens. It's one of the DLCs for
I forget what they're called. They got a fucking name.
Yeah, it's one of the things from Fallout 3, but they also show up in New Vegas and...
They're in every single game.
Pretty much.
Apparently. I saw something that said they're lightly in all of them.
Yeah. referenced at least. Though.
Yeah, like it's a random encounter in the first one where you'll see a crash one with just their skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
Then in like the second one you can fight a couple of them.
Yeah.
In the third you can full on DLC with it. In the New Vegas, so the fourth game technically, there's like the lone commanders that have crashed. And then in Fallout 4, I think there's like you can get a blaster and stuff, and there is an alien ship or something. I don't know about 76, or no, there's straight up like aliens. I think that you can just fight.
Yeah, 76. I don't know. We gotta play 76 more. I mean that too.
Zaytans. They're called Zaytans.
Yeah, I was gonna say because if the mothership's Zaytans, they gotta be Zaytans.
Yeah, and there's also like apparently a like ghost form of one that he's like it's like like one with disfigured legs that's in a like a mechanical body, and it's embodying like a Louisiana ghost that people thought was a ghost, but apparently they're trying to say it was a Zaytan alien in a metal contraption. He can teleport and make every animal and like enemy nearby like attack you and stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool. I need to get a bigger hard drive for my Xbox to keep 76. It's 96 gigabytes. I was like, damn, dude.
No, me too. To be honest with you, it's very rough. Like whenever Tristan gets his days off, because it's 7 on, 7 off. Yeah. I'm probably gonna uninstall it.
Oh, I had to uninstall it. Because I had to get Insurgency back to play games with Justin, and I was like, God damn, dude. I was like, this is taking up way too much space. Yeah, like, oh well, though. I did see, too, that if you get the Fallout first or whatever, you can get a private world, and I was like, that's kind of nice. It's like, to just not have to play with other people, you can play single player, basically, and treat it like a single player game, almost.
Yeah.
Like, that would be nice.
Yeah, because then you could just have your buddies.
Yeah, exactly. It would be like playing Fallout 4, but, like, with more stuff, because they expanded on 76 way further than 4 for some reason, which really sucks, because 4 was just missed the mark in so many spots.
I know, you could literally fix it with an update.
Yeah, like if they drop one like 3, 4, or 5 gigabyte update, just like patching out a few big things, like, fixing some mod stuff.
You couldn't fix the game's main storyline pacing. That's not what I'm saying.
No, that's just screwed.
The playability of 4, you could fix with a singular update.
Yeah, because honestly, the UI and the movement and everything of it is the best of the entire series. Like obviously. But there's just a few things that they're missing out on that like really, really could move it up a couple notches and just make it all that much better. Yep. And like obviously there are some things they could just never improve upon. It's like they've cemented themselves in a couple corners, but honest to God, there's lots they could have done that like would have been very beneficial for the longitude of that game. Yeah. It was really sad to see it basically abandoned. Because like New Vegas was everything.
Should we maybe take a break from the
we can pause it. Or do you want to pause it for a little bit?
Oh, we can, yeah.
Yeah, because I gotta go piss anyways. So we'll pause for a sec, and then we'll be fucking right back. We're back.
Alright. Now what do we get back into? We have to take a break from Fallout to hold up.
Before we move off Fallout, I have a little more. Oh. Because I Googled something while we were in the break. So first of all, I Googled just like when is Fallout 5 expected. Okay. And first of all, it said that there's a much anticipated patch for Fallout 4 coming out to help modders April 25th.
Fucking
right. The literal mod we just talked about is coming out in 5, or the update is coming out in 5 days.
I was just gonna say, it's the 20th.
Yeah, so I have, literally 5 days, and then we can play Fallout 4 again.
I will be reinstalling Fallout 4.
Yeah, so I'll be playing 4 instead of 76 for now.
Alright.
Gonna give that a big shake, and then on top of that, they also said that sadly Fallout 5 is still years away, and Elder Scrolls 6 is gonna come out first. So until we get that, we're not getting a new Fallout.
Alright. Well, I take back all the shit I was just talking to Bethesda because you're fixing Fallout 4.
Unexpected, but thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, thought they were going to let it die. We were really talking some shit on letting that shit rest.
Say a Hail Mary real quick.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what every Fallout gamer was praying for.
Oh, for sure. So, and not only that, with the show, that's going to bring a bunch of good new players.
Oh, yeah. I saw the 76 stuff they were doing. Yeah. They had, like, outfits for every little bit of Fallout stuff from the series. Like, you could get Maximus's armor, you could get Lucy's armor, you could get the Ghoul's armor. So you could full on just rock any of the stuff you wanted from the literal show. It's cool.
Sorry, I have to just say something real quick.
We could just keep going on the Fallout thing, honestly.
I don't know if it's possible. But, like, and I don't know if you know this, but, like, New Vegas was made in, like, 18 months or something like that as a side project.
Yeah, it was, like, just ported from the Fallout 3 assets and shit.
Do you think that now that they've made a show and they're going to have a big boom in funding and that kind of shit,
they might remake it and stuff?
Not that they would remake it, but you would have a similar situation where they take the base game Fallout 4 and they completely rewrite it on a different
That would be awesome.
aesthetic and stuff. You know what I mean?
That would be nice. Almost like a Fallout New Vegas 2.
Exactly.
It would line up well with the second season of
yes, buddy.
the show coming out.
I would honestly listen, Bethesda.
We know you're listening.
Hey, bro, I don't have a job.
First of all.
No, yeah, sponsor us, but I don't have a job, so I could definitely be a writer.
Step up.
I could be a writer, bro.
I can step up for you guys. I got big ideas.
Yeah.
Get this. Power armor, rocket launcher arms. Yeah. And put the jets on the bottom of his feet like Iron Man. Where the fuck is that guy? That's the boss. That's the Brotherhood boss. I got an idea for a really cool boss level, okay?
No, all jokes aside, though, I do think that that's a really good idea, and I hope that goes somewhere.
And I hope in the next Fallout game we fight a Deathclaw in the first minute, honestly.
Yeah, I really,
with the rocket launcher minigun.
Hey,
so
cut it out, guys.
Hey, fucking knock it off.
Yeah, knock it off, okay?
Frig off or I'll knock your friggin' block off.
Frig off, fix your pace.
I'm gonna knock your frickin' block off. If you don't fix it right now. That was the only big gripe I have to start on. I mean, it's just another father story, which is, I mean, of course it is. But, or I think it's your son this time. They did a light spin on it.
Yeah.
But still, it's still a father story.
I don't mind that. A lot of people talk shit about that. I think it's like an inside joke to certain Fallout players.
Fair.
I personally, because you're right, it is always your father, but it's always, a spin, there's a way around it.
I think a part of it, too, was that, because from the transition from 2 to 3, it was, a completely new studio, right? Bethesda didn't make 2.
No.
And 2 was not a game that had anything to do with your father.
No.
I think that was the one where you had to get a water chip for your vault.
Yeah.
I don't know, or that might have been Fallout 1, but one of them, you literally have to get a water chip for your vault. It's broken.
Chip. Which, by the way, is also in the show.
Yeah, it was. And the only difference was the amount of days, right? They gave him less time. In the game, you get 150 days.
He says, 2
months.
I think in the game, and the thing, it's
Yeah, he's got 2 months, 60 days or something like that. Yeah, this is enough for 2 days, which is really funny. As soon as he walked in holding that, too, because I've played that Fallout game, I knew what he had in his hand. I was like, that's a fucking water chip.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the water chip. Is it broken? And he's like, yeah, it's broken. It's like, yeah, exactly. I saw it coming as it was happening. And it's like, this is going to be a water chip joke. For sure. I think my favorite, random thing that had nothing to do with lore that was really funny was the Bert scene. I'm Bert. I'm Bert. Bert.
Oh, yeah.
Bert. They're both just saying Bert and, moaning. It's so funny. Because, me and my buddies ages ago did acid together and watched Baby Driver. And there's this, I don't know if you've seen Baby Driver, but there's one part where Kevin Spacey, the dude who banged his kids or whatever, he has a little boy in that show. Canonically, there's a child that's his, and he's just a little fat boy who goes on his iPad and hacks the computers or whatever, takes pictures of the computers. And I was on 3 or 4 tabs of acid. It was so high, and we had just smoked a 14-gram joint. It was this huge cone rolled out of gigantic papers, and we had just smoked that and came back. So I was seeing things like a slideshow. When we were watching that, I was like, oh my god. It would be so good if just all this kid could say was just Bert. And his name was just Bert. That would be so good. And I was like, guys, we need to get a friend. We need to get a friend that we can just call Bert. And all he says is Bert. And we get him to smoke floor cigarettes. I was like, yes, that'd be awesome. That would be awesome. And then, for years, me and Weston especially just said, Bert to each other. Bert. Yeah, just we were like, money, booze, Bert.
Money, booze, Bert.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's and so then when I saw that scene, it was almost like they had thrown in a little scene just for me, and it was oh my god, I felt so flattered that they had done a Bert scene and made it a sex scene too. I was like, that's so funny. That's so fucking funny. Instead of me having to watch a painful sex scene, it's just a hilarious Bert cringe scene. It's way better, so good.
Oh.
And also, I did see what you meant about the Brotherhood dude running off, which made no sense canonically whatsoever. Yeah. Especially when you see the power of the suit too afterwards, when he crushes the dude's head in one squeeze by accident, basically, backwards. He puts his hand into the suit backwards like this and goes and just squishes the dude's head. It's just you could have fought that bear.
Oh Oh yeah.
Especially if it took like 1 or 2 shots from Maximus's gun to kill it.
Exactly.
It's like you had a minigun, brother. I know he bit it and broke the minigun, but like you definitely could have at least fought him, like combated with the gigantic armor.
Bro, you can like punch him in the ribs or fucking.
Yeah, or just I've squished his head.
But like even stepped on his fucking foot. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Like that was awesome to see the destroyed foot. Holy fuck!
Yeah,
that got me. I went.
I will be honest. It was really cool, but there's one scene that because like
the hanging toe.
Well, there's like 3 or 4 of them shots that you get of it that are fine. And then there's
the one
one
with the sock peeling off where it like flicks it.
I'm not sure, but there's one where the CGI like fucks up, and it was literally
I didn't notice.
the only thing I noticed in the show.
Dang, I didn't notice.
The entire show I watched for like
bad CGI.
Bad CGI, like in Goggins' nose.
I think he did makeup mostly. Yeah,
because like
they did good with that.
I couldn't find a lot of it.
They did good too because they even to show it off. They did like side panning shots to really flex on us.
That's what I'm saying.
I was like, okay, slow clap.
Same thing, and with the body armor too, because like, well, I mean, I'm sure they did some type of like composite material. But like I watched for like certain.
There was only a couple times for me. When I was watching, I was like,
yeah, it's
there was a jump. There was one where Titus jumped or something.
That's a little bit.
Yeah, that was the only time I was a little weirded out.
Nothing major.
There was a light movement in it. Like I think someone just did a short jump or something in it, and I was like, oh, that looked a little bad. I'm not gonna lie. But the rest of it was really nice.
No, yeah.
I didn't even notice the bad foot, honestly.
Very well.
Well, that was good. Okay, is that the end of the Nerdcast?
I guess so.
Yeah, we're gonna end the Nerdcast, and then we'll maybe record another one. All right, thank you very much, Mom. If you're listening to this one, actually, yeah, Tanny's not listening anymore. She said, actually, yeah, real ending note is Tanny's no longer a listener. She said that she cannot listen to it anymore because she said that we were being too offensive, and she also said that we shouldn't be talking about diddling because people could sue us. So we're definitely going to keep talking about diddling. Yeah. I told my mom, I was like, maybe just don't want to listen anymore. She's like, yeah, I might not. If my Aunt Kelly listens, though, shout out Aunt Kelly. She might be listening. So shout out Aunt Kelly. She might be a sucker. But I don't think my mom's listening anymore. Tanya is no longer a sucker. That's okay. That's okay.
It's too bad. I'm going to miss you, Tanya.
Yeah, I'm going to miss Tanny. Tanny gang strong. Yeah. Really unfortunate loss, but I understand her gripe. She said, I really don't get it. She's like, I don't really get it. She's like, some of the stuff you guys are talking about, I don't think you should talk about that. Like,
I'm going to have to go sign new Tanya. Yeah, we're going to need new Tanya.
Yeah, she said to me, she was like, what did she say? She was like, I might not know a lot about the law and all, but she's like, but I do know what you can and you can't talk about people. And I think you guys might not be allowed to talk about this stuff. So we definitely can. Oh, yeah. She was like, what about that guy you said was touching people's butts in Walmart? I was like, Mom, he did. He did, so it doesn't really matter.
Like, it wasn't a lie.
Yeah, honestly, anybody who's on his side is also going to be touching butts in Walmart. Those are the only people who would side with him. Be like, you shouldn't talk about that. Exactly. It's like, you touch butts in Walmart too, don't you?
No, exactly.
No one's defending the diddler.
We're safe.
Yeah, that's like the most, perfect side. Everyone on every geopolitical or political scale is like, yeah, no diddlers though.
No.
The only ones who are cool with it diddle. Seriously. So no need to worry about diddlers suing. And if they do, we'll win. The court will definitely side with us, and it'll be lots of free press.
I think we have public support for that.
Yeah, and honestly, that's free press at the end of the day. Any diddler taking shots at us, we will benefit from heavily. We will win the diddler war. Don't you dare, dude. I'll diddle him way harder.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was the worst way to put that.
I'll diddle him way harder, man. He tries to diddle me. If he diddles first, of course. If Lil B diddles me.
Yeah, no Diddy.
Yeah, if Diddy freaking puts me in a room, man. Oh, man. Don't put baby in a corner, Diddy. Don't put Diddy in a corner. That's what they always say. That's a dirty dancing quote. Anyways, thank you guys. Thanks, Patrick Swayze. Thank you, Diddy, for listening.